Saffron, the most expensive spice in the world. It is famous for its deep red color, unique aroma, and powerful flavor. For centuries, saffron has been used in food, medicine, cosmetics, and luxury products. But today, this valuable crop is facing an uncertain future. In Kashmir, one of the world's most famous saffron regions, production has dropped sharply over the past 20 years. At the same time, Iran, the world's largest saffron producer, is facing growing pressure from climate stress, water shortages, and geopolitical instability. And yet, the saffron market is still expected to keep growing. According to Future Market Insights, the global saffron market is projected to grow from about $390 million in 2026 to around $800 million by 2036. So the real question is this: if traditional producing regions are under pressure, who will lead the next stage of the saffron industry? And why is saffron so expensive in the first place? Let's take a closer look. Saffron comes from the flower of Crocus sativus. Inside each flower, there are only 3 tiny red stigmas. These are carefully collected and dried to become the saffron threads we see. This means every single strand comes from a real flower. To produce just 1 kilogram of saffron, farmers may need more than 150,000 flowers. That is an incredibly low yield compared to most crops. This alone already explains part of its high price. But the real story goes beyond biology. Saffron is one of the most labor-intensive crops in the world. The flowers bloom for a very short period, sometimes just a few days. Farmers must harvest them at exactly the right time, often early in the morning. After harvesting, each flower is opened by hand. Then the red stigmas are carefully separated, one by one. This process cannot be easily mechanized. It requires precision, patience, and speed. In other words, saffron is not just farming, it is human labor, concentrated into a very short time window. After harvesting, the next critical step is drying. This stage determines the final quality of saffron. Saffron contains key compounds such as crocin, picrocrocin, and saffronol. These compounds give saffron its color, taste, and aroma. If the drying process is not carefully controlled, these compounds can degrade. That means the saffron will lose both its quality and its value. This is why 2 saffron products can look similar but have very different prices. Another major factor is trust. Because saffron is so valuable, it is also one of the most commonly adulterated spices in the world. Some products are mixed with dyed fibers, other flower petals, or materials used to increase weight. To the eye, they may still look red and authentic, but chemically, they are not the same. This is why certified saffron, with proper origin tracking and quality testing, is much more expensive. Consumers are not only paying for saffron, they are paying for reliability and authenticity. To understand saffron fully, we also need to look at where it is produced. Iran is the largest producer in the world. It dominates global supply with large-scale production and long cultivation experience. However, much of its saffron is exported in bulk form. This means that a large portion of the value is captured later by other countries. Spain, on the other hand, produces less saffron, but captures more value through branding, packaging, and market positioning. Spanish saffron is often associated with premium quality in international markets. Kashmir is known for high-quality saffron with strong aroma and deep color, but its production has declined significantly due to climate instability. Morocco represents a smaller-scale model with strong local identity and traditional production methods. Each region plays a different role in the global supply chain. Among all the challenges, climate change is one of the most critical. Saffron depends on stable seasonal patterns. Temperature, rainfall, and soil conditions all affect flowering. There is also a deeper issue in the global market. In many cases, farmers produce saffron as a raw material, but the highest profits are made later in the supply chain. Packaging, branding, certification, and retail are where most of the value is added. This means the people who grow saffron are not always the ones who benefit the most from its high price. This imbalance is common in many high-value agricultural products. So, what comes next for saffron? As traditional regions face pressure, new regions and new methods may emerge. Some producers are experimenting with controlled environments and indoor cultivation. Others are focusing on improving quality standards and traceability. The future of saffron will not only depend on how much is produced, it will depend on how well it is produced, how it is verified, and how it is positioned in the market. So why is saffron so expensive? It is not just because it is rare. It is expensive because it combines low yield, intensive labor, precise processing, high risk of fraud, and global market complexity. Saffron is not just a spice. It is a product shaped by biology, craftsmanship, and economics. Next time you see saffron, remember this. You are not just looking at a spice. You are looking at thousands of flowers, hours of human labor, and an entire agricultural system concentrated into a few red threads.